What's going on, Jerome's back here again in the dirty ass garage. Although I feel like it's getting cleaner. But raw, real, unhinged rant because a lot of people have been talking about the future of Justin Jefferson in purple. Now, obviously, I am in the camp of keep JJ no matter what, make him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, and keep him in purple a long time because he's a potential generational player. Actually, not potential. He is becoming a generational player. Obviously, the wide receiver one in the league, and the Vikings need to keep him long term. Plays a premium position, face of the franchise, face of the league, and go from there. But a lot of consternation has come up where Justin Jefferson and the Vikings, they didn't agree on a contract extension this offseason, the first offseason where he was eligible for a new deal. And it seems like a 2-foot putt on a flat lie. Just pay him the money and we'll be good to go. And a lot of people point out, well, JJ stayed away for voluntary OTAs. Lots of players stayed away from voluntary OTAs around the league. It happens, man. But JJ, he certainly could have held out. He could have pulled a Chris Jones. He could have pulled a Nick Bosa. Bosa's would have been more applicable since he's on his rookie deal. But JJ showed up for mandatory minicamp, showed up for training camp, and was off to a great start to the season before he unfortunately dinged up his hamstring. Now, there's been a lot of speculation. It's like, oh, Justin Jefferson, if he's healthy, will he sit out absent a new deal? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is a kid who loves the game. All he wants to do is win. And also, he does have his eye on legacy. And at the end of the day, if he comes up short of Jerry Rice's completely bat bleep insane career receiving yardage record, don't you think that he would want the handful of games this season back in the end of it? Plus, the Vikings, they're going to get off the map. Even though, yes, you do have the Niners in 2 weeks, the Vikings just cracked their divisional schedule on Sunday against the Bears, and there's a bunch of very winnable games between weeks 6 and 14. So I think the Vikings will get off the mat, get back into it. And JJ, he's a supreme competitor, and it doesn't matter if the Vikings have one win or if they're on the cusp of winning the Super Bowl. JJ wants to be out there, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Also, you could say, well, his agent won't let him on the field. No, the agent works at the pleasure of the player. And if JJ's agent is butting heads with him, JJ will just fire him. That's what players do. Plus, it's not about the money. It isn't, because not to flaunt or be a lowercase j journalist, but I have a rather good source who says that the Vikings did offer to make JJ the highest paid receiver in NFL history. Now, that would eclipse Tyreek Hill's $30 million per year. I'm sure it would eclipse the total guarantee as well. But JJ passed on it. And it's not about the money. And some players and some receivers where you could tell it's about every single last dollar. And again, I am mad at them. Hate the player, hate the game. Just like, get yours while you're in this league, not for long. That's what it stands for. You have a chance to make generational changing money, do it. But with Jefferson, it's never seemed like it's been about the money. It's about winning. Plus, I think that JJ understands that leaving a couple million on the table would allow him to have some other great teammates around, including potentially the quarterback, right? And this isn't about leveraging the Vikings. Hey, instead of $32 million per year, I want $40 million per year. I want Daniel Jones money. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. But just piecing together the tea leaves, because if the Vikings were actually lowballing Justin Jefferson during these negotiations, 100% we would have heard about it. Because during all these negotiations, when things aren't going well, that's when you get the leaks passed through the NFL insiders, where whether it's the agent being like, oh, the team is being unreasonable, the team only offered Justin Jefferson $20 million per year, or leaks from the team, because the insiders can be used as useful idiots as well, where it's like, oh, hey, this player is demanding $40 million per year and blah, blah, blah. We didn't hear any of that. And especially the agents are very like, just want to get that word out and use the insiders like sock puppets. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So that means that the money is there. The Vikings want to play ball, but Justin Jefferson wants to know who the quarterback is going to be. And I understand. As a quasi-USC fan, Caleb Williams going to be the man. Drake May is going to be a stud. Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, Shador Sanders maybe, J.J. McCarthy, Cam Ward. There's so many great quarterbacks in this class, but there's no sure things. There are no sure things. And Justin Jefferson, before he puts his name on that dotted line and before he signs away the next 3, 4, 5 years of his firm prime, he wants to know who the hell his quarterback's going to be. That's what he wants. And, fans may hate on Kirk Cousins, but he and JJ have done some fantastic work through three and a quarter seasons so far. All right. So, and, JJ is breaking all these records, and we say it all the time. He's not throwing the ball to himself. And Justin Jefferson may see Kirk, hey, at 35, Brady played till he's 45. Hey, during this next extension, JJ's got his fifth-year option left. Say he signs a 3 or 4 year extension. Kirk Cousins could be his quarterback through the bulk of that. And he's obviously very comfortable with Kirk. And that could be the hinge where fans may not like it, but Justin Jefferson may be like, okay, I will sign this contract. You take care of Kirk first. I want to know who's going to be throwing me the football. And that's not greed. That's just a good business decision because Justin Jefferson is all about winning, and he knows that the Vikings will win if they get him the ball, they put up points, and yeah, Caleb Williams could be a stud. Yeah, rookie quarterback TBD could be a stud, but remember, Zach Wilson was taken second overall. Trey Lance was taken third overall. Like, you can be up in the stratosphere and get your guy, but then sometimes that guy can't throw the ball out of a piss-soaked paper bag. And do you think Justin Jefferson wants to spend the bulk of his prime saddled to that? I don't think so. I really don't. So again, it is not about the money with Jefferson. The Vikings aren't lowballing him. JJ's not trying to hold the team ransom for X number of extra millions of dollars because we would have heard about that. JJ wants to know who the hell is going to be throwing him the football, and I'm mad about that. Business decision is not personal. And also, I think this is a big factor that no one talks about. It seems like JJ has this need to be liked, and that it's not a negative. In fact, it's a very good thing. But JJ, with the gritty, all the kids doing stuff, you see the way that JJ interacts with fans. He never wants to be the bad guy. I don't think that that's in his DNA. Like, some players are perfectly fine with that. I think that Justin Jefferson is very in tune to how the media and fans see him. I don't think he ever wants to be the bad guy. All right, so. I mean, say he inks up his long-term deal, Kirk Cousins leaves, the Vikings draft a quarterback, and the quarterback sucks, which would be less than ideal, but it's also a non-zero chance. Then, what does Justin Jefferson do? Does he suck it up and then grit it out like Larry Fitzgerald did a number of those years in Arizona with like John Skelton and Max Hall and Derek Anderson as quarterback? No. Or does he insist on a trade, and then all of a sudden, he's the bad guy? He's the bad guy. I don't think he wants that. I don't think he does either. So, again, it may not be popular to say, but from what I've been hearing, as well as just piecing together the tea leaves and connecting the dots, it's not about the money with JJ. The money is there. It's about, is it going to be Kirk? Or I think JJ is actually waiting to be sold on the rookie TBD. Because I could see a spot where Jefferson, they don't sign the extension until after the draft. Whether Kirk is here or they figure out who the rookie quarterback is going to be. And then JJ decides if he wants to be a Viking long-term or not. I think that's what it comes down to. And Kevin O'Connell, Kwesi, ownership, like they have to get this right. We needed to get this right. They got to hit it out of the park with the quarterback. Whether it's a running back with Kirk on a 1, 2, 3 year deal, as well as drafting a quarterback in the future, or if you let him go, you got to hit. You got to hit on your quarterback, and it has to be a guy that JJ approves. Otherwise, you're going to lose JJ too. That's all. Other than that, it's no big deal. Anyways, Skull, no production value.